Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this series of videos, I'll be looking at the Judge Dredd case files in order and picking out the most prominent and important stories, as well as noting some artists and writers that actually appear in these books.
Okay, so this is volume 22 of the case files. We're about just under halfway through what's available as case files at the moment, so we're obviously got a little way to go before we get to the end of it. 25 is just being reprinted next month, I believe. So by the time we get to that should be brand new. So I think we've got a clear run all the way through to the 30s at least. As far as I'm aware, this is the only case file that has not got Dredd on the front of it. This is a Vatican City judge. I thought it was one that there was a story, I swear, that had Dredd kind of being upgraded into like the ultimate thing, ultimate kind of justice machine by this wish thing. I thought it was that. It's not. It's Vatican City. So yeah, odd that. I think every other case file's got Dredd on it, but it's a cool piece of artwork, so you kind of understand why they did it. Anyway, so what do we start with? We start with the candidates. So this is the aftermath of Magruder leaving. We have all the judges, senior judges, deciding whether or not they're going to be chief judge. And there is someone basically trying to give information away that makes each candidate unreliable. This guy's got a daughter. We have some sensual pictures of Hershey, which apparently was during the time she was undercover, so it kind of doesn't count. Now this is an interesting one. This is Volt, and it's like, I've been a judge for 20 years. Surely you haven't, because you should be 38 then. You don't look 38. So you mean you were a judge on the streets for 20 years? I don't know. Anyway, find that interesting. Anyway, so Dredd goes back through this thing. Fakes a interest in becoming chief judge to kind of wheedle this guy out, and it turns out that it is a insider in Justice Department, and he gets caught. So next one is the Big Sleet, which is about a snowstorm that hits the Mega City 1. It's kind of unscheduled, and it turns out it's something to do with Fimbulwinter and the kind of Norse gods, and this is supposed to be Odin. Yes, right. I don't like it really much when they bring in real world mythology stuff to it. It's okay, it's fine, but yeah, could easily skip it, wouldn't make no difference. Exterminator. Then this one's quite interesting. It's interesting. New York 2001. So they've got people dying in 2001. They're kind of melting away, and it turns out that Dredd is there, searching for these various people, and along with Hershey, and he's the one that is going around killing these people, because it turns out that they are infected with an alien virus in 2001 after this first visit on this shuttle. That's the kind of first contact with alien life, and apparently this virus has been incubating itself in the people of Mega City 1 over the course of 100 years or whatever it is, and it's about to come to fruition. So they decide to travel back in time, kill the people that are infected, and that should stop the infection being in kind of like effectively change the timeline. And it does work. But this is quite a good one, yeah. So you go, what the hell's Dredd doing killing people? But yeah, pretty good story. Pretty good story. Artwork's nice as well. So this goes on quite a while. And then we get Crusade, which is another bonkers storyline. Yeah, Grant Morrison, Mark Millar. I'm not surprised. So this guy apparently has gone off into space, and from Justice Department claims he's gone outside the galaxy, crossed into this kind of part, and he's met God, and now he's on his way back. And it's like, oh, but he's crashed in the Arctic or Antarctic, wherever it is. And all the judges basically want to go out there to try and get this guy because apparently he's met God and he's going to change it. So they send the team. This is where we get to see the Vatican City judges, which apparently are very, very violent and kind of like just like, oh, you've sinned, all this kind of stuff. But obviously they're there because they want to either claim God or disprove it or whatever they want to do. But we get pretty much again, we get like a little lineup of all the judges from the various countries. And of course, they all just try and knock the crap out of each other. for quite some time because obviously they all want the secrets of God. It doesn't go to plan. Interesting one is the judge inspector from Hondo City. Dredd says to her, well, I thought she was like whatever, Ikara or whatever her name was the only female judge inspector. So, well, you know, oh, that's interesting. You know, you're not as well informed as you thought you were, or something like that. So either it's a retcon because in the Shimara or Shimira story, they had made her the only female judge inspector, and they thought that was a bit silly, or they just decided they want one this one, so they decided to change it. I don't know, but I love this armor. I think this is very, very cool. Anyway, so yeah, they basically knock the crap out of each other for a few issues, which is fine. And then Dredd meets the guy who is apparently God, who's been transformed, and of course is not particularly godlike, and manages to just pop his head off. And unfortunately, the head's still alive, so it gets to stay in stasis. So yeah, that's that one. That's out of the way. Escape from Kurt Russell Block is okay, but it's kind of one and done. Like, no, yeah, kind of one and done stories. It's a couple of issues, but there you go. Artwork's alright, but yeah. And then that's it for 2000 AD, which means this is very, very short. Crusade takes up a majority of the 2000 AD issues. Then we're into Magazine, which again, Magazine always around this time seems to be a bit hit and miss. Crash Diner is not too bad. Basically, it's about a diner that goes around looking for motorway crashes and decides to pull up so people can watch the motorway crash going on and get fed. That's okay. House of the Fall of the House of Escher. This is a weird one. It's basically like an Addams Family kind of parody where they call Dredd in and Dredd goes and they try and kill Dredd and then the house sinks and you go, why? What was Dredd to them? I don't quite understand why they pulled him in there. Why did they target Dredd? No idea what's going on. That just seems to be like an excuse for doing an Addams Family parody, which is probably about the right time the film would come out way back when. This one's about this two cadets in in the Justice Central, and they close it down, and there's this weird haunting thing going on, and it's this little dude. That's all right. What we got this one? Yeah, this one's okay. Again, this is quite a good one. This is probably one of the better ones in the magazine. This is basically about two Britsit people come in and they manage to get sugar, but they have to try and grab themselves some tea on the black market. That's quite good. This one's a weird one about this guy who wakes up and it turns out he is Bill Clinton. That apparently he's had his mind transferred with this mutant guy, and the mutant guy's had his mind transferred to Bill Clinton, and it's like, oh, what we're going to do? Well, I'm going to divorce Hillary, and I'm going to this, and I'm going to get the nukes, and we're going to cause war and all this stuff. What will happen next? I'd love to know if that picks up later on, because that's quite a cliffhanger to see the mutant renegade in the original kind of timeline. Yeah, another one. This is another one. Again, not a massive fan of the artwork. It looks nice, it's its own thing, but it's a Dredd story. I don't know. Basically about this kind of gargoyle thing that goes around killing people. That's about it, and it goes on for quite some time. And then we get this one at the end, which is about a punk called Johnny, and he gets attacked by somebody, and it's all and the Secret Life of Judge Powell, which is quite good as well, where basically they create a judge called Judge Powell that all the kids can kind of report all their crimes of their parents to, and it turns out that he's not quite as great as he was, and he gets kidnapped, and then he ends up dying, and then they get another guy in to kind of take his place. That's not too bad. Artwork's a bit crazy, and again, kind of that's kind of outside the standard stuff. Again, this is not Bolland, this is not Esquerra, this is extreme artwork, which seems to be the magazine's kind of thing. But all in all, the storyline's pretty cool. And then this one is about Gunderson, who is the lady who Judge Death stayed with, which I think is only in the Judge Death. I don't think it's in Necropolis. I think this is in the Judge Death Lives, the story of Judge Death thing they did at the first end of the magazine. Anyway, there's a ghost in there, and Dredd kind of goes to investigate. and they try and banish it, and they don't manage to do so. So they get a holiday macabre. They turn it into a destination to get to basically like Airbnb on. But yeah, that's about it. So all in all, not terrible, but kind of middling. We're in that kind of mid-90s era where 2000 AD was okay. There were some highlights, but again, it was not perfectly brilliant. And we're still definitely not seeing anything of the standards of Apocalypse War or anything like that. So there you go. But now on to 23 next. We'll see what that one holds. So we'll see. Design of the Vatican City Judge are very cool, and I don't even know if they show up ever again, but they're pretty cool. So there you go. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.